But before we create JWT based authentication server, let's understand how JWT based authentication works. So this is how JWT based authentication works. Here I have my client or React application, and here I have my APIs or let's say application server, and then we use some third party or some separate server that is known as authorization server. And here let's say Cognito is a authorization server. So instead of authenticating at our application server, we authenticate at our authorization server, and this server verifies credentials and returns a JWT which is signed by private key, and this JWT can be stored in the cookies. And when we make call to our application server can verify validity of JWT by fetching public key from authorization server. So if I go to Cognito, in last step when we created password manager, we saw that Cognito exposes this URL. Here we can find these keys. These keys are in JWK format, but they can be converted into this PEM format. But this is what the essence, that authorization server issues JWT and provides mechanism to verify that JWT by exposing public key. So let's see architecture. So we will have two Lambda functions, signup Lambda function and login Lambda function. For signup Lambda function, user can enter username and password, and password will be encrypted and stored in DynamoDB. When user will log in, we will take password from DynamoDB and decrypt it and verify if password is correct or not. If password is correct during login, then we will use asymmetric key to create a JWT token and return to the front end. After that, we can expose one more API which can expose our public key, and our application server can use that public key to verify validity of JSON Web Token. So let's create it in our AWS account. Let's go to code and expand Auth server section, and let's see code of signup first. So in signup, we can see that we are using symmetric key to encrypt the password and store it in DynamoDB. And this time DynamoDB table name is Auth server. And for login, we are using symmetric key to decrypt the password and asymmetric key to sign the JWT. Let's go and create these resources in AWS, starting with DynamoDB. So search for DynamoDB and create new table. Table name can be anything, but let's keep it as Auth server. And this time we will have just partition key, and partition key will be user ID. So each user will be uniquely identified by user ID, and which will be nothing, it will be username. And create the table. After that, let's create Lambda function and IAM role as well. Everything is zoomed. No, it's fine. So let's go to roles, create new role, and this role we are creating for Lambda. For this role, we will attach our own policy, Let's call role as auth server role and create it. Go to auth server role and attach inline policy. For service, select DynamoDB. And let's see what policies are required. So go to auth server, Lambda, not Lambda, IAM role policy and policy.json. So for DynamoDB, we need get and put. Let's select get item and put item. We want for this table auth server table. So I will copy the ARN and add it here. Next, or previous only, let's add one more permission, and this permission will be for KMS. For symmetric key, we need encrypt and decrypt. So encrypt and decrypt. And for which KMS key we want. So either we can create new KMS key with default settings and key type as symmetric, or we can use existing key. So let's use this existing key, which is a symmetric key, and its alias is pass manager key. Add ARN. Let's add one more permission, and this is also for KMS, but this is for sign and verify. So sign and verify, and for this we need to use asymmetric key. And here this JWT key is asymmetric key, which is just created with default settings. So let's click on it and copy its ARN and use here, add ARN. Also, one more thing, in our code we are using some other alias for this. We are using alias as auth server key for asymmetric key, and here alias is JWT key. So let's add one more alias and call it auth server key. So now both alias will point to this key, and create the policy. Let's call it auth server policy. Now we have permission for DynamoDB and both keys. Let's add policy for Lambda basic execution role. Lambda, or its basic Lambda execution role. Add permission, and done. We are done with IAM. So we have DynamoDB and necessary IAM role to attach to these functions. Now all we need is to create our Lambda functions and upload code there. Before that, let's go to code of our functions and correct the region. So it's US East 1. Make sure to correct whatever region you are using. I will correct here as well. Make sure to cross check key names as well. And then go to terminal, new terminal, and navigate to auth server, and then run create zip.sh, and it will just create zip files. I guess it's in Lambda, cd Lambda, and that we have 2 zip files to upload. Now let's create these 2 functions quickly. Go to functions, create function, author from scratch. Let's call it let's create sign up first. So sign up, and role we want the role we just created, Auth server role, create, and let's see what is handler name for. Looks like I forgot to save it. Let's recreate that zip. So for sign up, let's see what is name of function. Function name is also sign up. This we need to update in handler. We want to call index.signup function and save it. Also, let's upload our files, zip files. So I will go to correct folder, which is Auth server, Lambda, and signup.zip. Upload it. Let's create one more function, login, and select the role, Auth server role, create function, upload our code, which is login.zip, and edit the handler. I guess it's login only. Yeah, it's login. So let's copy and paste here, index.login, and save. We are done till here. Let's create one API gateway and two routes and link those routes to Lambda function. So open API gateway and create API, HTTP API, Auth server, create two route. Let's see what I'm using in front end. So if I go to front end and login user, I'm using login here, and for create user, I'm using sign up. So let's create these two routes, and both are post route, login and sign up. For both routes, let's create integration. So create integration, Lambda function, and sign up. No, it's login, so it should be login. For sign up, again create one integration, Lambda function, and this time select sign up. Done. Now we should be able to invoke the APIs. Let's go to API and copy invoke URL. Let's open Postman, paste the API gateway URL, change method to post, and its API gateway URL is slash. First we need to sign up. So sign up, and in body, let's pass username and password, because in our sign up function, that's what we are reading here, username and password, and then we are calling username as user ID for DynamoDB. So let's pass raw body and pass this username and password, send. Item created successfully. Now if I try to create item again, it will give error. Item exists already because of this conditional expression. It will not create two same user IDs. And if we go to DynamoDB, we have this new username and password, and it's encrypted. Means it's able to access the asymmetric key. Now let's try to log in and get the JWT. So login, and payload will be same. Let's hit enter, and here user is logged in successfully, and this is the token which I got. Let's go to jwt.io and put the token there. So in token, I have header, I have payload with issue time and expiry time, and here I need to put the key. So for now, I will copy the key manually and paste it here. But as a homework, you can expose this key either by putting in S3 bucket or somewhere. So yeah, with this public key, my JWT is valid and it will remain valid till this time. After that, we can use some libraries, JSON Web Token library, to check if it's expired or not. Now let's quickly configure frontend also. So this is React frontend, but there is nothing much in it. We have just two routes: create user route, which is posting the data to sign up route or sign up API, and then we have login user route, which is just posting data to login route. And in home route, if we have token in session storage, then we are showing it, else we are navigating to login or logout. Let's run the application. Either I can log in or create account. Let's create account. Also, let's open inspect. Let's log in as this time. Let's register as test. Password, there is no password policy, so let's put 123, and I got 404 for some reason. Let's switch it to all and again try 404. Okay, I forgot two things. One, I forgot to update invoke URL in .env file again, so it's still trying to post to some old API gateway. And another thing that I forgot is to update this URL in course setting of API gateway. So if I do not do, then it will again give error. Let's paste it here and till port number. This one, let's let me check what header I am posting. So I'm not posting any header, basically. This is sufficient. Now let's try sign up test 123. For some reason, option call is still failed. Create account. Let's see if I'm sending some header. So request. Let's clear it and try again. Option call failed with course errors. And it was trying to post to this URL, which is tmke74. Let's cross check it's correct. tmke74, yeah, it's correct. In course, I guess I should allow content type here, because that will go when I post some data. Even though I'm not sending authorization header, content type is required, I guess. Let's try again. Okay, again, I completely ignored that I need to enable post method here. Now this time it will 100% work. Yeah. User created successfully. Let's log in. Test 1, 2, 3. And login is successful. And I'm storing token in the session storage like this. And since session storage have token, I'm seeing this JWT here. And if I log out, then this JWT will be deleted and I will be again shown this login or create account screen.